Okay, we're going to go ahead and talk about decimals on a number line. Okay, and this number line here is a very good example of how to represent hundredths on a number line. Hundredths, that's two places to the right of the decimal place. Okay, and as you can see on my number line, I have 5 holes right here and 6 holes right here, 6 in the ones position. And if you used to go through here and count all the little tick marks, there would be 100 tick marks. My longer tick marks, though, are going to represent the tenths place, the tenths. So I'm going to go ahead and go through here and label my tenths. So this would be, I'm going to label this above it. This is 1/10. This is 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and now that's my hole right there, my 6. So if I'm looking at my number line, I'm looking at this point on my number line, that would be 5 1/10. Okay, if I'm looking at this point on my number line, okay, that is 5 8/10. Okay, once we get into the hundredths, you see I got a mark on my number line right here. Okay, and what we're going to try to do is figure out what that is in hundredths. Okay, if you notice in between each one of my tenths, if you notice in between each one of the tenths, okay, there's a line that's a little bit longer than the rest of them. Okay, that's going to be 5 hundredths, 5 hundredths. So, for instance, if I want to go ahead and figure out what this one right here, on my highlighted one that's a little bit longer, okay, that's going to be 5 15 hundredths. So it's 5, I got 1/10, it's in between the 1 and the 2, and it's right in between the 1 and 2, so that makes it 5 hundredths. Okay, I'm going to go over here and look at this point that I have right here on my number line. Okay, I'm going to try to figure out what that one is. Okay, so the whole number associated with that point is going to be back over here, that's the 5. The tenths associated with this point on the number line is going to be just right after the 4, so that's 4/10. And the hundredths associated with it, if I look at it, it is right, it's 1 right before my 5 hundredths, but I'm going to double check and go ahead and count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 hundredths. So that point on my number line right here is 5 44 hundredths.